So, in the process of starting to transfer the design onto the piece of wood, I generally just grab a tape measure and decide how much space I need for a hand grip. I've got some pretty big hands, so my hands are about 4 inches wide. So I'm going to need at least probably 5 to 6 inches of clearance from this point, which is actually this point on the sword. So I'll probably need to right about here to just have a little bit of slop room for when I grip the sword. The other thing I do too is like I'll grab easily recognizable shapes like on here. This portion of the sword obviously is a nice easy circle, and if you look, it is the highest point on the entire sword. If I lay this sword perfectly straight, this portion of the blade dips down slightly, and then it almost comes back to this point, but not quite. So this point is the highest point on the blade. So when I transfer that to the wood, I'll grab my compass, which is right here, and when I started drawing my circle, I made sure that it came really, really, really close to the edges. Okay? And then I'll transfer the rest of the design pretty much freehand. So the evil dude who wielded the sword was captured and killed. The good guys tried to sunder the sword, and that is where the repair was made. Also, all those little bottlenecks are being put in there just to give the sword a little more flavor. The crack I'm pointing out there doesn't actually end up making it into the end of the sword. It's just didn't seem functional, so I did edit it out. But I'm just pointing out what kind of design I'm going to put in there. It does not actually end up being that design. I was really up in the air, and to be honest with you, for future, I think I'll flesh the design out a little bit better even. Because what I ended up coming up with was much, much better. And then the design in the end, I fell in love with it. I had no idea what I was going to put in there, but I really just wanted to start and get cutting on it because it was already, I believe, the 5th of October before I had even started this, and I wanted to have this done for Halloween. So that's the whole thing drawn out. It didn't take that long, probably 10-15 minutes to sketch the whole thing out. I did things a little bit out of order. I have not cut this out yet, but I decided to just go ahead and cut the sword out of the board, and that is the overall finished shape. Say hi, Maddie.
Hi.
So now I will cut out this portion right here. I cut the 2 hilt pieces from 1/2-inch poplar using this template. With the hilt portions cut out now, I'm putting them up to the blade that had already been cut up, and I can feel that there's kind of a ridge. There is a slight difference between the templates that I had made and the sword as it is. So I'm going to have to clamp it all down, affix it somehow, and sand everything to flush. Going to be a pain, I'm sure. And that's the end of part 1. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe.